Hello everyone, welcome to our video. I'm Dr. Hu from South Africa. In this video, we are going to talk about how to wear a mask and when should we wear the mask. So as you can see from the news, the COVID-19 in South Africa actually became worse and worse. We still have 300 to 400 cases increase every day. So now from the 1st of May, although we went to the level 4 lockdown, but we still experiencing this kind of pandemic actually. So do not be too careless. We need to protect ourselves. When the lockdown changed to level 4, I saw that many parents and kids, they did go out. That once I actually went to fetch something from by the gates at the security. On the way to the gates, I saw some kids play in the park. It's actually one family. The kids were playing in the park, but I saw they were all wearing masks. So in this video, we are going to talk about when do you need to wear a mask and when you don't need to wear a mask. Firstly, when do you need to wear a mask? If you enter an affected area, for instance, if there are many patients or many positive cases in that area, if you went to that area, you do need to wear the facial mask. Also, if you enter, because this pandemic, this virus, is human transmitted, and this human transmission mainly from our nose and mouth, from breathing. So if you went to some crowded areas, such as shopping mall, supermarkets, if you went to gym, you do need to wear a mask. So that's for your safety and for others as well. So whenever there are crowded people, crowded areas, you do need to wear a mask. In some cases, you do not need to wear a mask. These include, for instance, now I stay at home. If you stay at home, you do not need to wear a mask, especially it's not 10 people squeezed in one flat. So that's not the case in South Africa, and also most of the cases, if we stay at home, we don't need to wear a mask, even with many families stay together, because you all stay together. No one goes out and come back to the family. You do not need to wear a mask. So that's first. At home, you don't need to wear the mask. Second, in the office, if you do go back to work, if you don't share your office with others, if you have your own office, you do not need to wear a mask in your own office if you stay alone. Okay, that's the second. Also, if you are driving by yourself, you also do not need to wear a mask. The last common situation is if you go out to play in outdoor areas where there's not a lot of people. At least, for instance, you go to 1 meter or 2 meters away from each other. In this condition, in outdoor, you do not need to wear a mask. Some principles in these examples. That's firstly, if you stay alone, no matter at home, in the office, you don't need to wear a mask. The second is the social distancing. The social distancing for 1 meter or 2 meters from others, you don't need to wear a mask. The third is also very important. It's actually the ventilation. So why in outdoor you do not need to wear a mask? Because in outdoor you got a better ventilation. That's the situation you do not need to wear a mask. if you stay in a closed and very poor ventilation office, you have to wear a mask. So that's the principles. Now you can see some medical doctors, sisters, they were infected. If you do need to visit the hospitals in this period, please you have to wear a mask to protect yourself. So as you can see from the principles that if you're alone or good ventilation or outdoors, you do not need to wear a mask. On the contrary, if you stay in the crowded area or if in the office, you share the office with others, with a group of people, with your colleagues, in this situation, you do need to wear a mask. And now we are going to demonstrate how to wear a mask properly. So I will show you some type of wrong wearing first. So the first, when you wear a mask, you need to wash your hand first, and then the size of normally the surgical mask, they got the blue side and pale or slightly lighter the color. The lighter color normally we use as the inside. So before you wear your mask, you need to wash your hand. And then when you wear the mask, remember to not cover your eyes. So don't wear like this, because you do need to see after you wear your mask. The second is very common where I see from the securities in the estates where I live. They always wear like this. Remember, this kind of wearing don't protect you at all, because you still breathe in something from your nose, breathing in directly. The third, that's even worse. They wear it like this. Okay, remember these three types. The first style won't help you because you won't be able to wear in that kind of situation. You can't see. The second and the third, like this, you will not be protected by wearing a mask. Okay, so how to wear the mask properly? Firstly, when you see the mask, you will see there's one string on top. There's nothing at the bottom. This string actually can help you to hold the mask there. So the one with the string here, like steel, very light steel, it stays on the top. So you put on your nose, and then you can press the steel, and then remember the mask should stay from your nose, above your nose and your mouth. So that's how to wear the mask properly. You can press here to seal the gap on top. So in this condition, you will see no gap between the mask and your face on top. Then the water or the virus or something else will not be able to go from here. That's why you need to press closely. Then this string, you change to the shape according to your nose and face. Okay, that's how to wear your mask. And then this kind of mask is actually surgical mask and disposable surgical mask. So for disposable surgical mask, normally we only use once and then we throw away. But in this condition, especially in South Africa, for most of us, we actually short of the mask. So if you do need to reuse it, you can reuse, providing you are not entering an affected area where there's many cases, many positive cases. So in this condition, you can reuse your mask, but if you reuse the mask, do remember, don't change the direction. The one stay inside, they always inside. The one stay outside, they always outside. And also, you do need to be careful that your fingers, if you touch on the outside, don't touch inside. If you touch inside, you can't use again. Okay, so that's the key tips for wearing a mask. And also, after you wear the mask, you can put under the sun if you want to reuse them. So that's the situation that we have to reuse. And also the mask made from the cloth doesn't work as well as this, but it is actually not suggested for the prevention of COVID-19. But if you don't have this kind of mask, you can use that kind of mask, and then the process, the principles are still the same, better than nothing. There's also one thing that I want to raise for your attention, that we do need to be careful when using a mask on people with respiratory problems or kids, especially for babies. One last thing I want to mention is that although you can't use the mask to cover your eyes, and actually by eyes contacts you won't get infected, but you do remember, you do not use your fingers to touch your eyes, your nose, or put your fingers in your mouth. That's not a good habit. Also will increase your chance of being infected. Okay, so that's today's video, how to wear a mask properly and when to wear a mask. If you have any questions, you are welcome to write comments under the videos. Thank you guys, I'll see you next time.